Hey, got a question. Are coaches' kids predisposed to being above average player? Father is a good athlete and is also a coach. That probably is a yes answer, but would love to hear what your answer is. So, are coaches' kids who are from a top athlete, say from high school, are they predisposed to also being an above average athlete? And if they're starting, is that considered daddy ball if they are better than the other players on the team? So I know this is a big question. Would love to hear your thoughts. Coaches' kids, should they be the starters and why or why not? Let's hear it in the comments. Definitely a controversial topic. Are coaches' kids better athletes? That's what everybody wonders. And I've been struggling with that question for years. And a lot of parents uh, definitely think it's daddy ball. So let's go into it. I wrote an article back in 2008 posing this theory that coaches' kids, because of genetics and environment nurturing, would be above average athletes. And that's why you get a lot of dad sons playing skilled positions in youth football, and a lot of parents hate that. But let's take a look at the research. What the research says as far as genetics is that children of athletes are 30 to 80% predisposed to being above average athletes. That's in the research. Check it out through AI, Gemini, or ChatGPT. That's where I got this information from. It also says that nurturing your environment does play a factor if you have a hardcore sports parent that is pushing uh, elite training, expert training at home, being around that sport, developing them through those training processes. They're focused on sports and so forth. So there are, backup to theories that children of coaches who were athletes, the coaches, will become better athletes. Now, how does that relate to daddy ball and being on the team? I know I've struggled with this question because I had two sons that had played quarterback off and on. Didn't really want them to play that because of all the political situations that would cause, but they were put there by the offensive coordinators. So I really think that there are favorites on the team, and those are the players that work hard, are always at practice, they're coachable, etc., etc. And so those could be any kids, not just coaches' kids. They can be, anybody that does that. So I think as a coach, you have to be fair. All positions are open for tryouts. The best player plays there. And if that works out that that's your son, then that's it. But definitely have other coaches review that. Don't allow daddy ball kind of things to happen. I think that's where the focus needs to be, that as coaches, we need to be fair, even though our sons, because of we were past athletes and our environment nurturing at home, have definitely made them above average. That above average thing doesn't mean that they are the starting quarterback or the starting tailback. It just means that they have a head start over non-athletic children and parents that aren't really focused on the sport. So there's a longer, I guess, developmental path for a lot of athletes, brain, body, nurturing, experience as a player. And I've got that over the last 30 years coaching youth sports, is that as a coach, you have to nurture this path. A lot of athletes that may not be good at 8 years old may be really good at 12 years old or 16 because of puberty or genetics have kicked in now, and so you've got to be aware of that path that the athlete is on and nurture that as a whole and not get stuck on your son. I coached pre kids, with kids, post kids, and so I know kind of what it's like to coach with them and with sons on the team and sons not on the team. And I actually prefer to coach with no children on the team because it takes away a lot of the uh, a lot of the political issues that go around favoritism. But like I said, I mean, I think every coach has favorites. I know I do, and those are players, just parents, so you understand. Favorites are players that are highly coachable. They're always at practice. They do what they're told as far as their responsibilities. They, are really smart at doing that. They train at practice, outside of practice, and the parents are very supportive of the team. And those players become your favorite players, and they get a lot more play time. If things are difficult, the player can't remember plays, they're not at practice all the time. Maybe one of the spouses in the parent mix is not supportive of what the program is doing. Those become longer problems, and maybe those players aren't so favorite. So it's a difficult situation both on the coach's side and on the parent side. I've been a parent on other teams, like my youngest son played soccer. I did not coach soccer, so you know uh, you see it both ways, and I think there is daddy ball, and it's a problem. But as a coach of a son that is above average, you really need to look at it hard. I know most of us are more difficult on putting our sons in positions in playtime because a lot of us are aware of the political parent ramifications, and we may sometimes hold our sons back from playing the position maybe he should be playing because we're afraid of the daddy ball perception. I know my oldest son, he did play quarterback, and the offensive coordinator put him there, and I didn't want that to happen. Because that happened, he did not play defense for 3 seasons because uh, I guess I was trying to make up for perceived daddy ball issues. I just thought, look, if he's got a coveted position like quarterback, I'm giving his defensive position to someone else. And I know that hurt my son as he got older. And I probably should not have done that, but that's some things that some of us coaches do for that. So let's go back to the beginning. Are coaches' sons' children predisposed to being above average athletes? AI and my thoughts are that is a probably yes answer there, but that does not mean as coaches we should be unfair to the other players and not develop them. So I know on several teams I've had 2 or 3 different quarterbacks and rotations. That's one of the things the Beast offense does for us in the Power Wing Beast offense. And so we've been able to develop a lot of skilled players because of that, and that has worked out for us. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's probably going to get a lot of comments and hate comments, but would love to hear all of those in the comments below and what your thoughts on that. There's a poll over on my Facebook page, and I'll try to put a link in the comments below so you can go over there and take the poll. And so we can just get some ideas of what everybody's thoughts are on this subject. And it's definitely one of my most popular subjects over at coachparker.org and the article that I posted back in 2008. So This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org, BeastOffense.com. Hope you guys are having a good day. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. I hope I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.